Going back to New York for the day from Philly.
Or on any transit vehicle. Thank you.
Construction. Food court is under construction, so it's Dunkin'. The Metropolitan Lounge, where I've been a couple of times. And Hanukkah. And this, you know. I love Philadelphia's 30th Street station because it smells like trains in the waiting area, but it looks beautiful. Entrance to the lounge is that way. And beware, they will not store your luggage even if you are in first class. I mean, they will, but they'll charge you. This is the only one in the network, the only station in the network where that's the case for first class passengers. So we are more than a half hour and we already have a track number. That's pretty cool, not totally typical. And no wires down today, that's good. Right here.
You go with it.
Okay. As far as I can tell, Train 110 is the only weekday Northeast Corridor train that runs between Philly and New York, and does so with express running between 30th Street Station and Newark Liberty International Airport. Other trains have additional stops or are continuing services to and from points beyond. Were it not for the line crossing the borders of 3 states, this route would likely be served by a state-run commuter rail train. But due to SEPTA and New Jersey Transit being the provincial carriers they are along this territory, it falls to Amtrak to run this train. One I'd affectionately refer to as the Northeast Scoot. In an ideal scenario, Amtrak would have enough equipment and infrastructure capacity to run this kind of service between major cities across the country to better compete as a regional travel option. But even in the mass transit-minded Northeast United States, the infrastructure needs of the corridor and train travel in general are being upgraded slowly over the years. And Amtrak awaits new rolling stock in line with other agencies, as the capacity of the heavy manufacturing industry that made cars like the Amfleet ones we're riding in today just isn't as robust as it was 50 years ago when these coaches debuted. I touched on the issues of the corridor in my Acela video. That trip was still fresh on my mind when I undertook this trip with my daughter in late December 2024. I was fortunate for that run in first class and today's inbound and outbound coach journeys on the corridor to have not been affected by the catenary line issues that are becoming more frequent as the historic Pennsylvania Railroad's electrification infrastructure continues to age into antiquity. Amtrak gets to play the convenience card for Northeast Corridor service. It owns this line and can dictate capacity for this kind of service. But with state-run commuter trains also sharing the line and a collective desire for faster travel alive and well, the corridor is effectively busting at its century-old seams. Track beds and bridges seem well represented in current work projects, but it's time for the overhead power supply lines to get some upgrades too, without which faster service is unlikely to approach reliability levels needed for the most time-crunched travelers that stick to their personal vehicles for their regional travel needs, even through high traffic volumes. While the corridor is Amtrak's best performing service in broad financial terms, it's still vulnerable to delays enough to turn what should be a simple station-to-station process of travel, supported by substantial public transit in most cities at the endpoints, into a questionably time-indefinite travel choice. And then, of course, there's the in-station experience with Amtrak. It makes sense if you always use it, except for when it gets randomly changed for reasons. And new riders that are often courted by Amtrak to enjoy the journey often start in unfamiliar stations and get the pleasure of awaiting their trains in long lines at crowded boarding gates rather than on platforms with plenty of room. Amtrak seems to tailor all their long-distance services to these, the most uncertain and inexperienced passengers. But for the short service shuttling commuters between Philly and New York, with the bonus of skipping most stops in New Jersey, the clientele boards with briefcases instead of suitcases. Though their return trip might be aboard a Washington or Norfolk-bound regional train or perhaps a Keystone Corridor service, laden with tourists bound for elsewhere beyond, this first trip of the morning is a pleasantly predictable express run of the old Pensy. That kind of service on a regular frequency throughout the day gets people out of their cars and buying multi-ride passes. But how crucial is this kind of commuting anymore? To me, it suggests that central business districts like New York City thrive when they're supported by more efficient transit options. I guess the ongoing debate is, when is a metro area's population massive enough to make mass transit a priority? For such a short ride, there's a lot to unpack about Amtrak at large here today. Do we? Yes, we do. Oh yeah. Good stuff.
New Jersey, North Penn Station, downtown Newark, New Jersey, North Penn Station, next stop 4 minutes. Getting up in Newark Penn at this time, start collecting noise, long ship, two back, bring your boys records off. And at Newark Penn Station, train 5 will leave bus 70 boarding. Next stop, few moments, about 4 minutes. Downtown Newark, New Jersey, North Penn Station.
As we speed through New Jersey, it's best if I just get my subway line of choice picked out for when we pull into Penn Station. Even with the delay on this run today, we've still got a whole lot of daylight to come on this, one of the shortest days of the year, to traipse around New York City on an uncommonly mild December Monday morning.
10 station left and final station stop.
Back at Moynihan Train Hall, we head into the shopping spaces to locate a restroom without a line. Indeed, we are back. Thereafter, I've got a route around 3 boroughs planned that has us walking the north side of Central Park around the lock, over to Long Island City for a bodega lunch, then cross town and out to the beach on a sunny winter's day, when nothing's open at Coney Island, except for the breezy sandy shores. We made our way back to Moynihan and spent a lounge pass before catching a mid-evening Northeast Regional train back to Philly. Like and subscribe to see those mostly pointless walks around, as well as more transit tourism to come in the year ahead. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Come on, come on, come on. There she is. Okay. It's wet and cold, as I thought it would be. So, there we go. One more ocean.